And now, here's something that's completely different. Take it away.
Do what you like, do to me, do what you want to me. Do what you like.
Okay, guys, getting ready to start part 4, and we're going to go in the back room and we're going to pull them apart, and we'll see what's going on with it. Whether it comes out good or not, it's part of an experiment to try this stuff out. We may have to go to a different medium, and that's cool. That's part of the process. But at least we'll, and I got a funny feeling. No matter what the outcome, we can still make these things work with what we have right now. So, but I don't want to stop here. As a matter of fact, I have some techniques I want to show you down the road that if you want to take some time and maybe build some jigs, you can really create some really cool stuff. But that's down the road. Right now, we're going to go in the back and let's see our progress. Okay, here we are. Got the old one here. That's solid. Let's take it apart. Okay. Okay. There we go. Patience is a virtue, Okay. One little weird spot right here, but it's smooth, so that's not a problem, because we can paint over it. It looks like it's raised, but it's not. It's actually inside. So let's see if we can get the second half off. This is some hard stuff. It's good and strong. Okay, the back didn't come out as good. We got a hole here. We got a hole here, here. But the good part about that is, if we wanted to use this one, I could take and smooth all this over. I could fill this in, smooth it over, and it would look like it had one of those covers, like a cloth cover on it. And then as long as the front has the details and we paint it right, it will come out looking good. I think that looks real good, actually. Couple little spots, and like I said, some of that is actually, it's in the layering underneath, and since we're going to paint it, that won't matter. A lot of times people get freaked out because they pull it out of the mold and it's like, oh, but this is the rough version, right? This is not our final piece. One thing I don't know if you can see that at an angle, but that looks like it's raised, but it's actually just a different, the acrylic. It just looks like it kind of layered differently inside, but it is on the other side, so we can paint that. I think if we go around, we can smooth some of this out. There's little teeny things, and think about it. If we're looking at it from a distance, you'll never notice it. It'll be on the side of the car, it'll be painted, it'll look like the other wheels, once we paint the tire part black, the inner part circle, the inner part silver, yeah, Well, yeah, we're going to paint it circle. And then have where the spokes, in between the spokes, we'll paint that black for a black background. This is no big deal here. And on this side, we'll fill some of this in, and we'll fill a little bit in here and smooth it out. And we could even paint where it looks like ropes are holding a piece of fabric together for like a back plate, a back cover. You know, some way or another. I mean, we can make that work. So, successful? Yeah, I would say so. It's successful. Can it be better? Oh, yeah, it can be a whole lot better. Like I said, I think if we made a better mold, for one thing, this mold's okay. I think if we boxed it, and you know, we have several different options. We can use something like this, which is a putty, which is used a lot. We could use an alginate. The only thing with alginate is you can't press it hard. You have to pour it in, and when you do the pour, that's it. You know, you have what you have. But usually, alginate is like extremely accurate. I mean, the detail is like incredible. And then we have, and this is a technique I'm going to show you later on, because I still have one of my old reline jigs, and it's a principle that where you have an actual jig, and you can with wheel nuts you can tighten it down to compress it. And what you do is you have, like, let's say we'd have this right here, and we'd have the initial wheel would be in here. And then we would have it all together. Then we would put it on this jig, and I'll show you how to do this later. I'm just doing a quick explanation. On the bottom part, we would take some plaster and put it on the bottom and set this on it. And then it would harden. Then we'd put more plaster on top. We put the lid on that has a locking hole up here. Put a little plaster up there so it seals in, and tighten those wheels down and let it sit. Now we have a perfect way to make sure that there's no movement, no anything. And that's what we used to do when we used to reline dentures. That way, when we got it back, there was no movement, no nothing. It was exactly the way that it was meant to be. You couldn't slip sideways or be too high. As long as you put those wheels down exactly where they need to be. And like I said, it's not making sense now. Down the road, I'm going to show you how to do that. I need to get some plaster, and we'll set up a deal. I have this all out of here so we can really do a nice little setup. And the nice thing is, you don't have to go out and buy an expensive reline jig. Matter of fact, there was a time when I took a couple plates, and I actually and some rod, and I made my own. And you can actually, well, I mean, you could actually take some pretty big bolts, some big bolts like that, and you know, maybe half-inch bolts, you know, whatever, and you know, weld them or whatever you do on the bottom, or bolt them on, and then run them through the top plate and just cut 2 plates out. I suppose you could even do it with wood, but you'd have to seal the wood so the plaster wouldn't, so the wood wouldn't absorb the water from the plaster. But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself. But I just thought I'd give you some of these ideas I'm thinking about for later on, because there's been a lot of interest shown in how to do stuff like this. And really, it's not that tough, and it doesn't really take that much. And you can really make some cool stuff. I mean, you know, like, you know, radios. You can make knobs, easily make knobs. You can make dials. You can make anything you want. You know, it's whatever you think you want to do. There's just a way then know how, you know, figure out how to do it. But okay, I wanted to show you guys that. I think down the road, I'm going to take some time and work on this, because I need to paint it, and maybe I'll take some shots while I'm doing that. And in the end, we'll try to see what the end result actually looks like. I think it's going to look good, though. Okay, guys, thanks so much. And like I said, down the road, we will continue this. Until then, everybody, man, have a fantastic day. Be good to everybody. You know, one another, we're, you know, the people out there, we're all we have on this planet. So, you know, be cool. All right, take care, everybody. Goodbye.